Greetings, it is Sunday the 12th of April. This is a very quick update because I need to run back home now to get ready for some local election canvassing, and yeah, we're running late. Let me start at the top because that's where everything is doing beautifully. So if you can see, the carrots are coming up. Look at that, they're even getting like the first set of leaves and stuff. So that's really well. This is the top part where, if you remember the last time, I did a little bed of marigolds and Nigella and stuff, and they're coming up as well. So interplanted carrots here, and they're coming up, so I'm really pleased here. I'm gonna be back one of these days in the week. These are beetroot, and I'm not gonna thin them. I've decided not to thin them. Let me come out a bit. I've decided not to thin them. This is more beetroots, but the germination has not been so great. And at the top there is radishes, and for some reason the radishes always come looking like this, but when they actually grow up they look really nice. This spinach, if I had more time, I'd actually pick some of these baby leaves. They're all right to pick at this stage if you have a look, but what I'll do is I'll come back during the week and pick some. That's perfectly fine. I've got a bed of poppies coming up. They are really prolific at self-seeding. It's ridiculous. This is the onions that are much more further along than all the others, and the weed is not too bad. The weeds are just, you know, they got really deep roots and they're gonna fight every time. So just keep covering them, keep pulling them, keep covering them as best as we possibly can. These are my cornflowers. This, I'm sure, is a weed of some sort. I can't remember. There's some dandelions growing up. Actually, I'm not going to pull the dandelions. I'll make some tea with those when I'm ready. But yeah, this is the first onion bed. It's, as you know, it's a bit scanty because the germination rate wasn't great. And then when we move stuff around, yeah, it just didn't fill out the spaces. But I've interplanted carrots, and as you can see, the carrots are coming up all over the place. There you go. They're coming up well. So I am absolutely pleased with that. This is from that side coming down. This is the first garlic bed, looking beautiful. Sorry about the wind, this is the second garlic bed, and these ones were planted after the one at the beginning. But yeah, I decided to walk around this side for a change. I don't usually, so yeah. Here is one of those onion beds that was done a little later, and I'm glad I actually hubby and I did it like this, because then it just means that it just makes it easier for us later on. So we've pulled up as much as of the winter purslane as we can, because it's all gone to seed. So you can see here, that's the winter purslane there, gone to seed, and I am going to get rid of those before I leave. Here is the other onion bed, and I'll actually show you the daffodils. The daffodils are so lush. So I will actually do both sides for a change very quickly. Here is the other onion bed. This has been overrun with poppies. There's some cornflowers in there as well, but not as prolific as the poppies. The poppies are, you know, really bad. There's some cornflowers at the edge, which is fine. Those are fine. It's the ones that go in the middle that's the problem, because they take some of the nutrients. So you need your pollinators, but they need to be on the edges, you know, not to compete with any food you have. Look at this, oh my gosh. Hubby did his big one, absolute big one, with this just looks amazing. Absolutely amazing. You remember what it looked like the last couple of weeks? Oh my gosh, he's done amazing. Here is, and he did it so quick as well, here is our bigger garlic bed. I've just watered everything, so looking really great. If I can show you, actually, see their cornflowers. I left these ones in because they're on the edge, which is fine. I like when self-seeders come up. So calendula is coming up there, you can see by itself. That's fine, I'm not going to trouble those. And there's a few little weeds in there. I'll come back another time. These are my species tulips that just, I don't know, they're just not looking happy, but it's fine, we'll figure it out. So again, some cornflowers. I'm gonna leave these, are far enough at the edge. They're a little bit further in than I would like, but they're near enough the edge for me to leave them alone, because they're gonna be the first flowers. So let them come and give something to the bees really quickly. And look at this. That is so pretty. It's so pretty, that stem of red. Right, so let me step back a bit and you see, look at that. Doing really, really well. No sign of rust. There's a bit of yellowing on the leaves, that doesn't matter. Right, the yellowing doesn't really matter. It's when they start to rust later on, that's when you have the problem. So let's have a look at this properly. I'm not going back inside, I've just watered. Nothing's been planted. Nothing new has been planted in here yet. I've got the seedlings at home, so I'm going to bring them to plant because I was waiting to see what roots had for us. So this is the front elevation of the plot. The carrots here ain't doing shit. Not doing nothing. I don't know why. Look at my beautiful daffodils. Oh my gosh, look at them. Absolutely stunning. There we go. So I'm really, really proud of myself with my daffodils. Yeah. So, and there's this massive clump of cornflower here. I'm not touching that. Right, so anyway, here we go. So we've got one cornflower here. Oh no, he's picked it up. Oh man, he's gone and picked up. No. Here they are here. There, you can see right there. There's one flowering. So we've pulled that one up to take home and house it. They were all in there. Just being ridiculous. Can't have that. Anyway, so I just thought I'd give you a quick update of how it's been, how it looks, and I'm really pleased. I'm just pleased. So I haven't been able to get the other allotment plot that I was talking about, which is fine. Look, I'm disappointed, but at the same time, look, things just happen when they're supposed to happen, innit? So I'm not gonna force anything, not gonna make up noise about it. It will just happen when it happens, and that'll be fine, because I've got some stuff at home that I had prepared. You know, I've got some onion sets and stuff that I don't have enough space for it at home, so I was hoping that I would be able to get this new plot by the beginning of last month, or even at the mid or even the last part of last month, and just plop them in straight away, which hasn't happened. So, you know, but that's how it goes. Anyway, yeah, this is my update for today. We gotta go. We've got to get going, and I can see Nigel's waiting for me to go, since I already rushed him saying that we need to go. You know, I thought he was gonna come back and get the wheelbarrow. Can't get the help, can ya? And he's got to close back the what do you call it? The enclosure. Oh, now I've got to do it now. He's totally forgotten. That's what's happened. There it is here. He's totally forgotten that he needs to close it, and he's looking at me thinking I'm holding him up, and he's forgotten that he's not come back to close it. So all right, I'll close it. get the last little water can, take this back, and we will head back out. Put in the comments what you're up to, how far along you are, what you're planting, what you're definitely not planting again, or what you're not planting this year. And if you've got any questions, put it down in the comments. Take care.